Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Camera Club of Richmond Spotlight. My name is Karen Davis, and I'm the Publications Director for the Camera Club of Richmond. And we are really fortunate to have one of our newer members with us today. We're going to interview Saravanan Rajamanickam. And I told him I'd pronounce his name once, and then he informed me that he goes by Saro. All of his friends and family call him Saro. So that will be what I will say from now on. But I wanted to, first of all, congratulate you, Saro, on your recent award from the Virginia Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts. They apparently had, their marketing committee had a photo contest and you won an award. But before we talk about that, why don't you tell us a little something about yourself?
Yeah, good evening, Karen, and good evening to you all. So I'm Saravanan Rajamanickam. So this is the correct pronunciation. So I go by Saro, like all my friends, colleagues, everyone calls me Saro. So that will be quick and easy to call for. Like, okay, I'm from southern part of India, and I live in Richmond for the past 13 years. Actually, I'm blessed with a wife and two daughters. So by profession, I'm an information technology engineer with a project management specialty. One of my hobby or interest is, you can say, photography. I started photography when I was 12 years old with my small black and white film camera during that time. It should be around 1986 or that kind of time frame. Apart from this photography, my other interests are in music, gardening, and all the DIY craft kind of projects. And I'm also active volunteer at VMFA. And also I do teach Tamil, is our mother tongue, which is a 5,000-year-old language which still exists. So I teach Tamil for our Richmond community schools on every Sunday. So those are all my other credentials.
That is awesome. And now that I found out that you've blended your photography with painting and music and gardening, now after I've seen a lot of your work, that gardening aspect of it has definitely come through in some of your photography. You've had some really awesome pictures that we've enjoyed. So with all of those things, where do you find your inspiration? What kinds of things do you like to shoot?
I'm very much inspired on every art from the very high action oriented subjects. I always think of freezing that high action subjects to visually see what's going on that particular moment, which our regular eye or normal eye cannot visualize. So that was my more, what do you call, focused kind of interest where I wanted to shoot those things. This happens especially in your cultural performances, sports, or when you go for the wildlife kind of things. So that is my more inspirational things to shoot for.
Yeah, and that's definitely challenging photography.
Yeah.
So great, great. And how did you find out about the Camera Club of Richmond?
Yeah, during 2019, I think, during the summertime, we were hiking in the Prince William Forest Area Parkway near Northern Virginia. So there I saw some 20 plus photographers with high-end tripod with the long telephoto zoom lenses going here and there. And I really do not know what's happening there. So I just approached a very senior member in that group and I asked for what's happening here. And he explained me that the entire team is there for to shoot the fireflies. So I got more interested, like I should also join this kind of disciplined team with a more kind of enthusiasm. Then I asked him like, what is this club called and where it is, what is the phone number? And he gave me all the details. So the next month, immediately I joined that club. Then later I came to know the person who I interacted is Robert Papas. So then I took one of my friend also with me. Then we both became member in around July 2019.
Ah,
Almost half of the year gone in that year, full club year. So we were able to make it. So that was the time I learned about CCR.
and you jumped right into, I think, the evaluations and the end of year competition.
Yes,
And of course, unfortunately, last year we didn't have too many activities or educational things. But
correct.
what do you like best about CCR?
I love the gatherings and the network where we talk to each other to know the experience of what they did last month or what the kind of interested place they were meeting. So those things we are currently missing in this COVID situation. So even though we meet in the Zoom, but those things are we are highly missing. And apart from that, I like the monthly evaluations. So that was very technical. So every month we learn something new. So especially I learned how to mat it, then how to put a coloring, the how to make a picture soft. So how to present it for competitions. So those things I really learned. So every month we learn something new. So that is the kind of thing which I like very much in CCR. And everyone
Right.
is open to share their thoughts, like it's there is no positive or negative, so everyone learns. That's the thing which I like
Mhm.
very much.
And I think no matter how long you're a photographer, you continue to learn.
Every
That's
time,
what
yes,
it's all about.
yes, you're right.
Oh, always something new.
Correct.
So that photo that I think I had seen before that you won the award for, let me pull up Sunny Day, and you can tell us how it came about that you entered the competition or found out about that competition, and then the award that Sunny Day won for you.
Yeah, this was one of the photo which got selected in the last end of the year competition at CCR for 2020 also. So when BASWCD was announcing about the contest, I thought this picture will be a good one to show for the soil and conservation kind of thing. Actually, this photo was shot in our backyard on one fine day morning, where I saw the big mammoth sunflower sharing with the yellow swallowtail and with a couple of bees. So none of them got disturbed. Everything in a harmony. They were sharing the same flower with undisturbed light, depth. Everything was perfect to click the picture. So I thought this will be an ideal picture for that VSWCD title. So I sent it. So that was the story.
It's just awesome. You always want to find the details in a photo. And when I first looked at it, of course, up on the big screen, I said, wow, that's great Photoshop. And then when you bring it up and really look at it, there are 4 bugs and
Yeah.
1 butterfly. Like, how did you pay all those bugs to be there at the same time? That was just
It
awesome.
is the sunflower job just for me to just go and stand and click it. So that was the story there.
Yeah.
So the harmony, I liked it very much. So none of them were disturbing them each other. So everyone was doing their duty there.
Mhm. And it makes you smile. You know, the
Yeah,
title
it was
Sunny Day.
exactly opposite to the sun. So I could get all the light whichever I required for this photo. So it was I can say it somewhat it's a perfect picture.
Right. And so this one, an honorable mention.
This was an honorable mention out of 196 plus entries. And this photo is already selected for NACD contest. So after VSWCD, they normally forward all the selected photos to national level. So I'm thinking that it might get some winning position there. So one other photo for 2018, that one of the trees I took it in Echo Lake near Glen Allen. That won the third prize at NACD contest for 2018.
Ah,
Yeah.
awesome. Well,
So that also
congratulations.
went through from VSWCD. Then after that, they forwarded to NACD, and that's how it won the thing. So
All
almost this is the
right.
second time.
Very nice. Well, and you've mentioned a couple times, and I think I mentioned about our end of year competition, and I was helping with that competition last year, and as photos kept popping up, it was interesting to observe what the judges' reactions were to a lot of the photos. And of course, as members, we had seen some of these in the evaluations, but one of my favorites, of course, is this one, and this is your daughter.
Yes.
And the judges just, oh my, they loved this photo when it appeared, and it did win an award in the end of year competition. So tell us a little bit about the event where you
Right.
photographed this and then what it won in our competition.
Yeah, this photo was taken in a live stage. This is from the Arangetram. We call this is a dance stage graduating ceremony in the Bharatanatyam dance where my daughter was performing. So of course you and the Robert Papas were present that day to shoot some of the snaps. So this is one of the item song like where it is very fast and furious, just to show how the goddess killed a demon. Just completely, it is like an expressional kind of dance. So as I told you before, I like to take this eye action oriented craft or arts or something, or dance performance or sports. So this was a very particular picture where I clicked it and it came out well in the very first shot. So as you can see, there is a movement and it was completely frozen. Almost I took around 1/400 or 500. So the challenge is like I was around 20 feet away from the real stage. So as you zoom, so you might lose the color or you might get a little bit blurring when you go for that kind of speed. So
Hmm.
luckily my Sony camera and the lens helped me to catch perfectly because it has a theatrical light or the LED lights that help for the perfect freezing for that particular moment.
Yeah, it was awesome. And having been there and actually observed firsthand, to let everyone know, she did not strike this pose for him to take this picture. She was
Yeah,
moving fast and furious.
correct.
So
Yes,
fabulous that you caught that and
you
froze
cannot
that action.
you cannot make them in a studio to model it or to stand or freeze at this position. It can happen only in live dance. So that's the kind of thing I like to shoot.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, she's just beautiful and very mature. Now, she was what, 17 in this
Eight,
photo?
yes,
18?
yeah, it
Okay.
was 2019 November 3rd. Yes, before COVID.
Before COVID. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Awesome. Yeah, and thank you for sharing that with some of our camera club members. We were able to observe that firsthand. Okay, so that was awesome. Now let's change gears a little bit, and I have another one of your photos that I would like to share and have you tell us about. This is called woodwork, obviously.
Right. So this one I shot it near the what you call Science Museum of Virginia. So behind that, every year they put a small exhibition kind of thing, like small scale industry kind of people will come over there to exhibit their talents, like making woodwork, making cement, making some artistic kind of thing. So there I saw a person, the carpenter, craving a plate with a high-speed lathe machines. So somehow I saw that the flakes were flying here and there. I just wanted to take that one really because I liked it the way when it flies like a mist of wood actually. Because
Hmm.
I just somehow wanted to capture like how it flies from the actual roller from the roller to the plate. So the same thing, like it was taken by 1/1000 kind of speed, and I was just using a selective focus only till his hand and the mist where it is flowing out. So only that area I focused. So luckily I got that perfect picture. So it is one of the picture which multiple times it won the competitions, and it was in Crossroads for some time the display. I think this picture won for 2019 Group E award for pictorial in the end of year
Hmm.
competition for CCR.
Well, great capture. I love the story in this picture and the hand. It really tells a story.
Yeah, it's a high
Okay.
speed movement. The roller
I,
is in a high speed, like 1000 RPM kind of thing, and the mist is flowing out. The wood mist is flowing out in other high RPM speed. So
Mhm.
luckily, I was able to capture that
Yeah,
without any blurring.
you froze it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, I think I counted 8 awards from last year's end of year Camera Club of Richmond competition. Was that correct?
Yeah, four first prizes. Everything is in Group B. Four first prizes and two second prizes, and the other two were for 2019. Yeah,
Wow,
totally eight prizes. You're right.
that is just awesome. Your name just kept popping up as we were going through, naming those.
Right.
So, and of course, all of those first places, I believe, or most of those, I don't think you put them all in, but we're all in the artworks. And then I think you mentioned earlier that you have had some pieces in Crossroads,
Crossroads. Yes.
right? And then if people want to see your work online, I believe you have a Facebook page.
Yes, Facebook and also I that URL I put it in that note. I can put it in the description also.
Okay, and we will, as we write this up to put in our newsletter, we will put that
Sure.
link. Yeah, we'll put that link into the newsletter so folks can see more of your work online. but it's great. And you said you do teach some basic photography classes to friends and
Yes. So
teens.
on the weekends, I do conduct the online classes for the teens as well as some of the people who wanted to start with the basic photography kind of thing. So I do teach them. So after COVID started, it has become completely online. So once in a month or twice in a month, we used to meet in some park to have the practical sensation of how to take a basic photography.
Yeah, that's great to put the classroom together with the practical and actually
Yes,
put it in the works.
right.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Now, do you have any final thoughts or quotes that you'd like to share with us today?
Yeah, I like a quote from David Allen Harvey. So what he says is like, don't shoot what it looks like, shoot what it feels like. So that's the thing which I like it very much because you can shoot anything as it is, but if you really get the inspiration of what it trying to exhibit or what is that real core you have to take it out. So you need to listen to your eyes before you position your composing your camera or anything. So that's what I believe. So that's how all my pictures, if you see, that will have some kind of story to tell on its own, even somebody before understanding that.
And that's great advice for all of us photographers. Don't shoot what it looks like, shoot what it feels like. So
Yes,
yeah, and that's like I said earlier, you're telling a story, you're sharing an emotion, creating a sense of being there. Yeah, and I think you've achieved that in so much of your photography as well.
sure.
There's one other piece that I'm going to entice people to look at our September 2021 upcoming newsletter. One of Saro's pieces will be our cover shot for our newsletter. I'm just going to dangle that out there so that they'll go and look and see which one that is. But it's definitely one that speaks to me. He gave me several to choose from, and this was my choice for our cover photo. So I'm anxious for everyone to see that one. All right.
Sure, sure.
Well, thank you. Any parting comments or thoughts that you have? We appreciate you being with us,
I
talking about
like
your
your,
art.
yeah, I like your initiative of having these lively interviews. That really helps a lot of things for, it's a lot of things for many people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks a lot, Karen.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us, and
Yeah,
everybody
thanks for the
tune into
opportunity.
Southern Exposure
Sure,
and see all these beautiful pictures again.
sure. Thanks a lot.
All right. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye.